First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone and a thank you to the Stillaguamish Valley Chamber of Commerce and to Diane for hosting today's State of the City. Thank you all for coming out today and spending this time with me. I'd also like to recognize the City Council members who are here with us. I see Michelle Blythe, I see we got Nathan Simp. Anybody else hiding out there that I didn't see come in? Nope, okay. And also including our city administrator and many of our city staff that I see are here today. I appreciate the support. I'm honored to share the state of the city with you. Arlington is on a strong path forward, continuing with prioritize key projects, maximize the impact of the funding we receive, and stay focused on the high quality of life that makes our community such a special place to live, work, and raise our families. I want to thank all of our local businesses and nonprofit partners for the services, the programs, and opportunities you provide every day. You are essential to a thriving local economy, in a connected community. And we're proud to continue welcoming new businesses to the city of Arlington each year. Here's a quick snapshot of Arlington today. About 23,000 residents call our community home within roughly 9 square miles. As many of you know, Arlington continues to grow, and with that growth comes very real growing pains that we are working hard to address. We're also a regional connector. 3 state highways run through Arlington, bringing people in and out every day and placing significant demand on our transportation system. Arlington is a highly desirable place to live and do business. We're close to I-5 and the larger cities in our region, while still offering the essentials that make a community thrive. Local businesses and services, strong schools, parks and trails, community events, the Stillaguamish River, and the small town feel that makes Arlington great. In 2025, the city focused on delivering the projects that were identified in 2024 as strategic priorities with a capital program adopted by City Council. These priorities support the Council's overarching goals of public safety, fiscal sustainability, and economic development. Many of these large projects have spanned several years. Most initiatives are now complete, and several are still underway. This spring at the Council retreat, we will set and prioritize the next goals and projects for the upcoming 2-year budget cycle. As you can see, there's a pretty good list of projects that we've been working on. I'd like to give an overview of our budget, how your tax dollars are used, and how we are dedicated to budget responsibly. The city's 2025 and 2026 budget was based on our 3 priority areas. The previous years were a period of significant growth with increased revenues, and we were able to dedicate a lot of money towards projects during 25 and 26. We have now seen a period of inflation and a slowdown in the local economy, including sales tax revenues. Sales tax makes up about 34% of our general fund that supports most of the city's services. We have made the necessary cuts in the budget to maintain our minimum reserves. Although we are in a slowdown, the outlook is positive. The city has also been a good steward of taxpayers' dollars by maintaining strong reserves and managing our budgets. As you can see noted here, the different expenses going to the different departments and projects. The city of Arlington receives about 7.7% of the property tax that is collected by Snohomish County. Other entities such as schools, fire districts collect the other portion. Property tax and sales tax make up about 75% of the city's revenue. Arlington's property tax rate averages 0.77%. Cities in Snohomish County average between 0.90 and 0.60%. We have 2 major funds to spend from: the general fund and the enterprise fund. The general fund supports our police department, the executive department, the finance department, IT department, maintenance and operations, and the community development department. The 2 major revenues in the general fund come from sales tax and the property tax. The enterprise funds are from fees that are charged by the city, including airport leases, water and sewer utility fees. This fund can only support these departments. The capital funds are used for projects and include revenue from real estate transactions, Capital funds also receive revenue from grants or transfers from traffic or park mitigation or construction sales tax. 77% of the general fund comes from taxes, and 52% of that is sales tax. When our sales tax revenues go down, our ability to provide services suffers. The city depends on businesses for their sales tax. Staffing is the largest general fund expense, as noted there. The city advocates hard for federal and state grants. In 2025, the city secured major grant funding at the local, state, and federal level. Federal grants supported key infrastructure and resilience work, including airport improvements and planning major transportation connections and road construction, a trail project, culvert replacements, and a cybersecurity grant. State grants help funded traffic safety, recycling and sustainability, paper to digital modernization, mobile health services, transportation projects, cemetery improvements, and additional airport-related projects. Local and regional grants supported community priorities, such as event safety equipment, tourism, local events, park improvements, including pickleball courts, tree planting, and county-funded support for public defense and homeless programs. In 2026, state and federal grant funding is helping move forward key community projects, particularly a transportation and utility infrastructure. And we're also pursuing additional support for parks and recreation improvements. Okay, I would like to recognize our finance department and the work they do in accountability, transparency, and good stewardship of public resources. In November, we welcomed our new finance director, Shelby Bird. Thank you, Shelby, and welcome. Okay, now let's talk about our public safety. Our department's focus remained on preventing crime, holding offenders accountable, and improving everyday safety through patrol, targeted enforcement, and technology-supported investigations. I'm really proud of our police staff in Arlington. They do an amazing job. It is amazing to see what they do every day. In 2025, Arlington Police responded to 23,727 calls for service. I looked at that number and I went, that's about one call for every citizen in the city of Arlington. Overall, Arlington saw a meaningful reduction in several high-impact property crimes. Year-to-year date comparisons showed declines across multiple categories that often drive overall crime totals: vehicle theft, burglary, theft, malicious mischief, and fraud. At the same time, the data also highlights areas of concern, including assaults, order violations, substance-related incidents, and an increase in DUIs. What this means for residents is straightforward. We made real progress in reducing property victimization, but we're also seeing increased impairment and disorder-related risk, issues that directly affect roadway safety and neighborhood livability. We are out there doing proactive work with targeted enforcement and increases traffic stops with about 18% increase from 2024 to 2025. The police department's 2025 annual report shows that our automated license plate readers, also called ALPRs, are helping officers prevent crime and solve cases. We've installed license plate recognition cameras in high traffic areas around Arlington. These cameras can alert officers when a vehicle is reported stolen or when a vehicle is connected to someone with an outstanding warrant within city limits. Since launching this program, Arlington Police have recovered 102 stolen vehicles, about double what we recovered before these cameras were in place. Based on what we saw in 2025, here are our top priorities for 2026. First, we will keep reducing property crimes, especially vehicle theft, burglary, and theft, through targeted patrols and a focus on repeat offenders. Second, we will work to reduce DUI and impaired driving by increasing emphasis patrols, focusing on high collision areas, and maintaining a strong visible deterrent. Third, we will address disorder and substance-related issues through a coordinated approach. working together with law enforcement, human services, and our prosecution partners because we've seen increases in substance abuse incidents and order violations. Our police department is taking a balanced approach, firm on public safety and focused on connecting people to help when it's needed. First, our community outreach team pairs a police officer with a full-time social worker. Together, they do outreach and enforcement, and they address issues like homelessness, addiction, and mental illness. They build relationships, and they help connect people to treatment and the services needed. About 1/3 of their contacts resulted in someone being transported directly to a service provider. Second, we have a domestic violence coordinator contracted for 25 hours a week. This role supports survivors by connecting people to resources, answering questions, and staying involved as cases move through the justice system, reviewing domestic violence reports and tracking progress from start to finish. Third, we partnered with the Blue Bridge Alliance to provide small temporary assistance for those with urgent needs, helping people bridge the gap during a difficult moment. Since August 2025, Arlington PD helped bring in $6,600 in community donations with an additional $2,500 match from the state of Washington. So far, $1,221 has helped 16 people with immediate needs like temporary lodging, minor vehicle repairs, bus fares, food, and essential items. Together, these efforts give our officers practical tools to support the community members while keeping Arlington safe and moving people forward. The impressive thing here is you look at how many patients or how many people the substance abuse have been treated, how many have completed, and how many have been secured in housing. That to me is an amazing number. I appreciate all the work they've done. The city supports the Arlington Community Resource Center, run by the Volunteers of America. The Resource Center is a one-stop hub of services for people in need. They serve 4,823 people in 2025. We encourage people to donate directly to the Arlington Community Resource Center as they can assist those in the need in the best way. In 2025, there was 4,823 participants served, 3,016 households served, and 3,201 phone calls made for them. The airport is currently updating its master plan, and you can review the draft on our website. This update looks ahead 20 years and focuses on the improvements we'll need to maintain the airport while guiding responsible planning and future development. It also outlines opportunities for growth, such as manufacturing and aeronautical businesses, and explores emerging technologies and new uses, including solar or alternative fuel sites, a potential vertiport location, and the possibility of an air taxi terminal. Fiber projects. In 2025, airport staff oversaw the installation of 10,831 feet of fiber optic cable. This work represents the third phase of the Arlington Airport Fiber Installation Project, with the long-term goal of connecting the entire airport. Expanding fiber across the airfield will improve the internet reliability and strengthen security for airport tenants and on-site businesses. The Taxiway Alpha Mill and Overlay Project. This project includes repaving Taxiway Alpha, along with restructuring the A1 and A4 taxiway connectors. The airport received more than $6 million in grant funding to support this construction. EV charging station. In 2026, the airport will install a public use EV charging station at the airport office parking lot. The second annual Hometown Fly-In will be August 21st and 22nd. And the Airport Community Day, or Community Airport Day, will be on Sunday, August 23rd. The infrastructure. The city works hard to find grants and low-interest loans to fund important projects for our water, wastewater, and transportation needs. We work with the state and federal representatives to request funding for our large projects. The city has been very successful in securing that funding. This year, we'll continue our pavement preservation program, using your tax dollars to repave city streets and take care of the infrastructure we all rely on. Here's how the program works. We inventory streets across the city, evaluate the condition of the pavement, and then recommend a practical cost-effective plan. That plan helps guide which projects move forward through the city's capital improvement program. And off the top of my head, I think we just did a study of all the city streets, and I think there was like 87% had a very high quality rating. So it shows we're gaining on our streets, the wear and tear that's happening on our streets. So that is a good number to have. We're continuing our focus on the Smoky Point area to help relieve traffic congestion by improving in road connections and adding roundabouts. The 188th Street roundabout is currently under construction. At 180th Street, we've received funding to improve the intersection with a new roundabout. That project is now in design with construction anticipated in 2026. We've also received funding to design a new 180th Street connector, building a new road from 180th Street and Smoky Point Boulevard area east to the Airport Boulevard. And we also received federal funding to complete the final segment of 169th Street south of 172nd. This connection will link Smoky Point Boulevard near the Affinity Apartments to 51st Avenue, helping build a safer, more connected multimodal grid in the Smoky Point area. This project is in design now with construction expected in 2026. We recently received the final funding for the State Route 530 Smoky Point Boulevard roundabout project and hope to get started on the project this year. We continue to insist that the state fully fund and build the State Route 531 widening project. This is a list of the 2025 Public Works transportation projects that we've done this year. The water treatment plant. We are in the design phase of expanding the treatment plant that is located on West Avenue south of Howler Park. The expansion will include an additional building to house 3 new filter systems. Construction should begin this year. Howler South Wellfield is located at Howler Park. We are increasing the water supply capacity. A new well has been installed and we will be building an additional well house. The city will also be installing a new sewer main on 67th Avenue from 204th Street to the railroad crossing this year. This is possibly this year. And are upgrading sewer lift stations with a new building, new wet well, new pumps, controls, and generators. Business is booming in Arlington. In 2025, we issued 563 new business licenses and have a total of 1,846 active businesses in Arlington. The Chamber of Commerce hosted 26 ribbon cuttings in 2025. The city helps support small businesses by funding business classes offered by your chamber. The city also manages the Meet Me in Arlington Shop local programs and the pop-up shop. As we look ahead to 2026, we're focusing on 3 key priorities for our community. We will continue advancing our affordable housing program, working to expand housing options that meet the needs of the Arlington residents. We will be making updates to our code enforcement program with a focus on clearer processes, consistent standards, and strong customer service. We're also moving forward with sub-area planning to help guide throughout our thoughtful growth, infrastructure investment, and long-term community development as detailed in our comprehensive plan. You can view what's developing in Arlington on the city's website, where you will find the activity map. And basically, once you get there, you just click on one of them colored spots, and it'll tell you what the development area, what's the information for that spot. The Cascade Industrial Center, the CIC, is about 4,000 acres in South Arlington and North Marysville, designated for innovative manufacturing and supported by a highly trained workforce. The city's had this area set aside as a job core for aerospace, biotech, and other innovative industries to enable our citizens to have high-paying jobs right here in Arlington. These are upcoming development projects inside the CIC this year. Looks like about 5 of them there. As you know, Arlington continues to grow in population and housing is expanding. We are not unlike other cities in Arlington or in Washington State. The Association of Washington Cities shows that our state grew by 50% over the last 30 years. And the majority of the people reside inside the cities. And with growth, we do have challenges that as a city, we are continuously working to improve. And you can see by the chart there, most of the counties outside the cities have grown 36, 40%. You look at the cities, most of them are over the 60% growth in that period of time. And this is a list of the housing that is developing in 2026. Mixed use is a term used for multi-story buildings with commercial units on the ground floor and living space above, typically apartments that are in those. Townhomes can be rentals or individuals owned. You can see here we've got several townhome units coming in. There's a few mixed use, and then we have 10 new single family units that are currently coming in right now. The city made a substantial investment in the park system with the building of Smoky Point Community Park last year. The fully accessible playground has been a huge hit. I mean, I can go through there. It seems like it'd be 40 degrees out, pouring down rain, and that place is still packed. So it's amazing to see the use out there. In 2025, we opened a dog park in Smoky Point at the York Park. We have also installed a restroom facility at Jensen Park and are looking forward to building a bike pump track with Arlington Rotary this year. Thank you for that. Snohomish County partnered with the city to pay for construction of pickleball courts up at the Howler Middle School. The courts are now open. Staff is currently working with consultants to design a food truck park facility for the airport. Arlington is truly a special place to live. I'm proud of the many community events we enjoy throughout the year. Did you know that we had 20,000 people in attendance for our hometown holiday Christmas tree lighting, which was totally amazing. I mean, you look at that number and you look at if we had all the businesses open, how much what we've done for the city. We also, our events are made possible by dedicated staff and volunteers who show up, pitch in, and make Arlington feel like home. We're fortunate to have so much right here, a municipal airport and a strong economic base, a charming Main Street, and an abundance of parks and trails. The welcoming farmland, rolling hills, and incredible access to the outdoor recreation surround us. As we've heard in the warmer months, or as we head into the warmer months, I'm especially looking forward to the opening of the Farmers Market, summer music at Legion Park, and all the other events that bring neighbors together and remind us what this community is all about. This year is America's 250th anniversary, and we'll be celebrating our past and present with some special projects and events that will build on our community and connection. Thank you for the volunteers who serve the city and those who serve with community organizations. You're making a difference, and we do need you. If you're interested in serving, please visit our website for information to find a place to volunteer and to support our community. If you have concerns, questions, or ideas, please reach out to the city. You can visit the city's website and submit a service request or reach out to me directly. I would encourage you to sign up for meeting notifications and our weekly e-newsletter as well. Again, thank you for being here today and for the partnership and support you give to Arlington all year long. Arlington is growing. We are investing wisely, and we are building a city that remains welcoming, safe, and connected, while staying true to the character that makes this community a special community. Thank you again for attending this luncheon, and I'd be happy to answer any questions or meet with you one-on-one. Thank you.